Have you ever felt like you were on the verge of something huge, only to see everything slip through your fingers? Have you been praying, meditating, seeking signs, yet nothing seems to change? Well, there's a reason for that. The 222 portal is open, and while it is a gateway to divine manifestations, few people truly understand how it works. Many believe this is just another numerological event, but what they don't realize is that this portal amplifies everything, both spirituality and illusion, both breakthroughs and blockages. And if you're not careful, you could be unknowingly sabotaging your own blessings. Right now, as you watch this, unseen forces are at play. The mystical realm is shifting, energies are intensifying, and the choices you make in this moment will determine whether you step into divine alignment or fall into the hidden traps that keep so many people stuck. The universe does not reward wishful thinking, it responds to alignment. And if you're experiencing resistance, exhaustion, or confusion, there's something deeper happening beneath the surface. You need to understand why some people thrive during this portal while others feel completely drained. In today's video, we're going to expose the spiritual traps that block countless people from receiving the full power of the 222 portal. These are not coincidences. These are deliberate obstacles designed to test your readiness. If you don't recognize them in time, you might spend years repeating the same cycles, missing out on the very blessings that were meant for you. But if you stay with me until the end, you'll learn exactly how to navigate this portal, align with its energy, and avoid the hidden pitfalls that could be stealing your manifestations. Before we continue, take a moment to support this channel by subscribing and turning on notifications. Many of you watch our videos but haven't subscribed yet, and this is a way to ensure you don't miss out on life-changing revelations. Plus, if you're serious about deepening your connection to the universe, subscribing is your first step towards staying aligned with divine wisdom. Now, let's dive in, because what you're about to hear might completely shift the way you see the 222 portal forever. The universe is constantly communicating, whispering through signs, synchronicities, and energetic shifts, but some moments are more potent than others, windows of amplified energy that open briefly, offering an unprecedented chance for transformation. The 222 portal is one such phenomenon, a mystical threshold where spirituality and consciousness align with cosmic forces. Yet not everyone can harness its power. It acts as a magnifier, intensifying whatever energy an individual carries. If one stands in faith, clarity, and surrender, divine manifestations unfold at an accelerated pace. But if doubt, fear, or confusion linger, these emotions will also expand, creating spiritual turbulence. This portal doesn't discriminate. It simply amplifies what already exists. Those unprepared for its frequency may find themselves feeling drained, disconnected, and overwhelmed, witnessing shifts around them, yet unable to tap into this cosmic force. The key isn't about force, it's about attunement. Many believe that simply knowing about a portal grants them access, but this isn't about intellectual understanding, it's about spiritual alignment. A person carrying unresolved emotional baggage or clinging to old cycles will struggle to enter this space. Imagine someone standing before an enormous gate, holding on to unnecessary burdens. The heavier the load, the harder it is to step through. The universe operates on the principle of resonance. One can only interact with energies that mirror their own. Those vibrating at a lower frequency due to fear, self-doubt, or negativity may experience this portal not as an opportunity, but as a mirror reflecting back their internal struggles. Instead of forcing their way in, they must shift their inner world to match the frequency of divine flow. This is the moment to release what no longer serves, allowing the energy of the mystical portal to elevate rather than expose their limitations. Yet, many attempt to enter forcefully, engaging in intense rituals, prolonged meditations, and obsessive visualizations, hoping to break through spiritual barriers. The irony? The harder they push, the more resistance they create. Spirituality is not about control. It's about surrender. When one approaches with desperation rather than faith, their energy contracts instead of expanding. This is why so many feel stuck despite their relentless efforts. The mystical power of 222 does not respond to demands, it responds to alignment. The moment one stops trying and starts being, the frequency shift occurs naturally. Rather than treating the portal as something to conquer, the wise recognize it as an invitation, one that can only be accepted by those who are truly ready. The question is not whether the universe is open to you, but whether you are open to it. There is a reason why some experience miracles during these cosmic alignments, while others feel blocked. The universe is not withholding blessings, it is reflecting what is already present within. The 222 portal does not create opportunities out of thin air. It magnifies what is already in motion. If an individual has been walking in faith, planting seeds of intention, and aligning with divine principles, this portal accelerates the harvest. But for those entangled in cycles of fear, procrastination, or resistance, it amplifies those very struggles. In essence, the portal does not decide one's fate, it simply reveals it. That is why preparation is everything. One must enter not with force but with faith, not with tension but with trust. Those who understand this shift effortlessly, while those who don't, wrestle against invisible barriers of their own making. So, what does this mean for those who feel stuck? The answer is simple yet profound. Instead of fighting to enter, one must align their spirituality to be invited in. The 222 portal is not locked, it is simply attuned to a certain frequency. Those who embody peace, clarity, and surrender naturally walk through, while those resisting change find themselves standing outside, looking in. The first step is to pause, observe, and identify what energy one is bringing to this moment. Is it faith or fear? Flow or force? The universe is always responding, always reflecting, always guiding. The real question is, are you listening? In the pursuit of spirituality, many fall into the trap of believing that force equals progress. They engage in elaborate rituals, prolong their meditations, and obsess over visualizations, thinking that sheer effort will open the gates of divine energy. But here's the truth. The universe does not respond to pressure, it responds to harmony. The mystical energy of the 222 portal is not something to be broken into or wrestled with. It is an invitation to flow, not a challenge to conquer. Imagine trying to hold on to water. It slips through your fingers the tighter you grasp. The same principle applies here. Those who attempt to force their way in only create resistance, further blocking their own alignment. The spiritual path is not about control but about surrender, yet so many struggle to grasp this. The more they fight, the more the portal seems to close before them. But why does this happen? Because desperation contracts energy rather than expands it. The more someone pushes, the more they reinforce the subconscious belief that they are separate from the universe, that they must work to be worthy of divine alignment. This is a falsehood that keeps many trapped in an endless cycle of seeking without ever finding. The energy of mystical portals such as 222 is about resonance. If one's vibration is out of sync with it, no amount of external effort will bridge the gap. It is not through strain that one enters, but through inner stillness. Spirituality has always been about this balance, faith without fear, intention without attachment. When someone becomes obsessed with how to align, they unknowingly introduce anxiety and doubt into the process, poisoning their own spiritual practice. The path is not complicated, it is we who complicate it. This is why so many feel exhausted after trying to force their way into higher frequencies. Spiritual burnout is real, and it happens when one mistakes action for alignment. Picture someone banging on a locked door, unaware that it was never meant to be opened through force, but through presence. This is how many approach spiritual portals. They think if they pray harder, meditate longer, or visualize with more intensity, they will earn access. But the 222 portal is not about effort, it is about attunement. When one lets go of the need to do and instead focuses on being, the connection happens effortlessly. The universe does not require strain, it requires surrender. It is only in moments of true detachment that the most profound spiritual experiences unfold. Many misunderstand this idea of surrender, assuming it means inaction. But surrender is an active process. It requires conscious trust. It means releasing the need to control outcomes while remaining fully present in faith. Take Jesus' words in Matthew 6:34. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. This is not a call to passivity, but a command to trust the divine process. The moment one stops trying to force blessings and instead focuses on embodying faith, the mystical realm responds in kind. The 222 portal is not a test of endurance, it is a measure of alignment. Those who understand this flow effortlessly into its energy, while those who resist remain in cycles of frustration. Spirituality has never been about struggle. It has always been about trust. So, what must one do to truly align? The answer is almost too simple. Let go. Not in the sense of giving up, but in the sense of releasing attachment to rigid expectations. The moment one shifts from trying to trusting, from pushing to allowing, the energy shifts with them. The 222 portal does not reward force, it amplifies faith. And faith, by its very nature, cannot exist alongside desperation. The universe is waiting, responding, guiding. But the real question remains, are you willing to trust its flow? The mystical power of the 222 portal is often associated with balance, harmony, and divine alignment. Many believe that seeing 222 repeatedly is a sign that they are on the right path. And while this can be true, it is also a dangerous assumption. Spirituality is not just about recognizing signs, it is about discerning their meaning. Not every synchronicity is a divine message. Not every repeated number is confirmation of alignment. The universe speaks, but so does illusion. And during the opening of energetic portals, like 222, the veil between truth and deception grows thinner. Many seekers become so desperate for divine guidance that they accept any sign as validation. They chase repeating numbers, interpret every coincidence as destiny, and seek meaning in everything, without questioning whether it truly aligns with their spiritual path. The 222 portal does not just amplify truth, it also amplifies illusion. Those who do not discern carefully risk following false lights into spiritual confusion. The Bible warns of this. Deception in 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. This verse reminds us that not everything that appears divine truly is. The universe operates on laws of frequency and resonance, meaning that our expectations shape our experiences. If someone expects signs, they will see them, even if those signs are misleading. This is why many people fall into spiritual traps, mistaking their own desires for divine direction. They search for answers outside themselves instead of looking inward. And in doing so, they lose their ability to discern between true guidance and illusion. When the 222 portal is open, one must be especially vigilant. The greater the energy, the greater the responsibility to navigate it wisely. Blindly following synchronicities without spiritual discernment can lead one astray. One of the greatest dangers of the 222 portal is the dependency it can create. Many begin relying so heavily on external signs that they lose touch with their own inner guidance. They start to believe that without seeing 222 they are lost, that without repeated confirmations their prayers are unheard. But God does not need numbers to communicate. True spirituality is about faith, not signs. When Jesus said in John 20:29, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed," he was speaking of the very faith that many lack today. Faith does not depend on continuous reassurance. It does not require constant proof. It stands firm even in silence. But when one becomes addicted to external validation, they unknowingly weaken their own spiritual authority. The 222 portal should be a moment of alignment, not a crutch for the faithless. So, how does one avoid falling into these traps? By shifting the focus from seeking signs to embodying faith. Instead of chasing synchronicities, one must cultivate inner clarity. Instead of looking for answers outside, they must strengthen their own spiritual connection. The 222 portal is not meant to be a flashing neon sign that tells you what to do. It is a magnifier of what already exists within you. If you are lost, it will make that feeling stronger. If you are aligned, it will bring deeper clarity. The key is not to depend on the portal to reveal your path, but to use it as a mirror to see what needs transformation. Those who understand this navigate the energy wisely. Those who don't risk being led by illusions disguised as truth. At the core of it all, the 222 portal is a powerful force, but it is neutral. It does not decide your destiny. It does not create faith where there is none. It simply reflects what is already there. This is why discernment is crucial. Signs can be helpful, but they should never replace divine wisdom. The universe does not speak through numbers alone. It speaks through conviction, through alignment, through faith. The question is, are you listening with your spiritual ears, or are you chasing illusions? Most people assume that spiritual exhaustion comes from major events, trauma, deep emotional struggles, or intense mystical battles. But in reality, energy is lost in much smaller, seemingly insignificant ways. The universe is constantly responding to what we focus on, and every thought, emotion, and interaction either fuels or drains our spiritual energy. The 222 portal is an amplifier, meaning that if one's energy is already being depleted, this portal will not restore it. It will only make the depletion more noticeable. Many people feel blocked and frustrated during this time, not because the spiritual path is closed to them, but because they are unknowingly leaking energy in places they don't even realize. They engage in unnecessary arguments, consume excessive digital distractions, and hold on to objects that carry stagnant energy. These small leaks may seem harmless at first, but over time, they create a massive energy imbalance, leaving a person feeling drained and unable to connect with higher frequencies. One of the biggest hidden drains is the energy we invest in negativity. The Bible teaches in Proverbs 18:21, "The tongue has the power of life and death." Every time we complain, dwell on problems, or speak doubt into our lives, we reinforce those negative patterns in the universe. When the 222 portal is open, this process is amplified. Words are not just sounds, they are declarations that set spiritual forces into motion. If someone constantly speaks about their struggles, they are unknowingly reinforcing them. If they continuously verbalize fear, they are anchoring it into their reality. This is why so many people feel stuck even when engaging in spiritual practices, because their words and thoughts are working against them. The energy of 222 magnifies whatever is already present, meaning that if someone is caught in cycles of negativity, those cycles will intensify. The key is not just to avoid negative words, but to actively replace them with affirmations of faith, gratitude, and divine trust. Another unnoticed source of energy loss is physical clutter. Many people underestimate how much their environment affects their spirituality. Everything carries energy, and when a space is filled with unused or stagnant objects, it creates a dense, chaotic vibration that disrupts inner peace. This is why spiritual traditions often emphasize the importance of purification, not just of the mind, but of the physical space. The 222 portal is about alignment, and alignment cannot happen in a space filled with energetic blockages. If one's home is cluttered, if their digital world is filled with distractions, or if they are holding onto items from a past they no longer resonate with, they are unintentionally anchoring themselves to old cycles. The universe flows freely, but people often resist this flow by surrounding themselves with things that no longer serve them. A simple act of releasing physical clutter can create an energetic shift powerful enough to allow new blessings to enter. Digital distractions are another silent enemy of spirituality. With every scroll through negative news, every moment lost in mindless content, and every engagement in meaningless online conflicts, people are giving away their most precious resource: attention. Attention is energy, and where it flows, reality follows. The 222 portal demands focus, presence, and intentionality. It is not enough to want alignment. One must make space for it. Imagine trying to receive a divine message while standing in the middle of a chaotic marketplace. How much harder would it be to hear? This is what many do daily, filling their minds with external noise while wondering why they feel disconnected. The simple act of being intentional with one's digital consumption, choosing uplifting content, limiting screen time, and creating sacred moments of stillness can dramatically shift how one experiences mystical energy. Ultimately, the energy lost in these unnoticed areas is what keeps many from accessing the full power of the 222 portal. Spirituality is not just about rituals and meditations. It is about daily choices, small decisions that either align with divine flow or disrupt it. The 222 portal is not withholding its power. It is simply responding to the energy that surrounds it. Those who feel blocked must first examine where their energy is going. Is it feeding faith or fueling distraction? Is it creating alignment or chaos? The answer to these questions determines whether one will step into divine manifestation or remain caught in cycles of energetic leakage. The portal is open, but are you truly prepared to receive? Long before the conscious mind understands what is happening, the body already knows. The mystical shift that occurs during the 222 portal is not just an abstract concept. It is a tangible experience that manifests in the physical form. Those who are spiritually sensitive often feel the effects days before the portal fully opens. A sudden wave of exhaustion, an unexplained sense of restlessness, changes in sleep patterns. These are not coincidences. The universe is recalibrating energy, and the body responds accordingly. But many dismiss these signs, attributing them to stress, diet, or external circumstances. What they fail to realize is that the 222 portal amplifies what is already present. If someone has been ignoring their inner world, their body will force them to pay attention. The discomfort is not a punishment. It is a call to realignment. Those who resist this process may find themselves feeling stuck, drained, or disconnected. Those who listen, however, can use these sensations as a guide toward deeper spirituality. One of the most common physical symptoms of an energy shift is fatigue. When the body is integrating higher frequencies, it requires more rest. But in a world that glorifies constant activity, many push through this exhaustion instead of honoring it. The result? Resistance. When one refuses to slow down, they are essentially telling the universe that they are not ready to receive. Rest is not laziness, it is preparation. Even Jesus frequently withdrew to pray in solitude, Luke 5:16, showing that true power comes not from constant action, but from intentional restoration. The 222 portal is not about doing more, it is about being in alignment. If the body is signaling exhaustion, the wisest choice is to listen. Ignoring these signs only leads to spiritual burnout, blocking the very blessings one is seeking. Another overlooked sign is thirst. Many report feeling an unquenchable need for water during major energetic shifts. This is not just a physical response, it is symbolic. Water represents purification, flow, and renewal. Just as baptism in biblical teaching signifies rebirth, drinking water during an energy shift serves as a reminder to cleanse, release, and allow divine energy to move freely. But thirst is not just about the body, it is also about the soul. Matthew 5:6 states, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." The 222 portal magnifies this inner thirst, urging one to seek deeper spirituality. If physical thirst intensifies during this time, it is a cue to hydrate both body and soul, to drink water, yes, but also to nourish the spirit through prayer, meditation, and alignment with divine principles. Insomnia is another major sign of energetic recalibration. Many find themselves waking up at odd hours, particularly around 2 or 3 a.m. In mystical traditions, this is known as the spiritual awakening hour, a time when the veil between realms is thinnest. Rather than fighting it, one should use these moments to connect with the universe. Instead of forcing sleep, they can engage in quiet prayer, reflect on their energy, or simply sit in stillness. In Exodus 14:14 we are reminded, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." There is power in the quiet hours of the night, answers, clarity, and divine whispers that are often drowned out during the day. The 222 portal heightens this connection, but only those who embrace the silence will hear what is being spoken. Ultimately, the body is not working against us. It is working for us. The discomfort, the fatigue, the thirst, the restlessness, these are not obstacles but invitations. The universe is always communicating, and the body is its first messenger. Instead of resisting these signs, one must honor them. If exhaustion comes, rest. If thirst arises, hydrate and seek deeper spiritual nourishment. If sleep is disrupted, lean into the stillness. The 222 portal is not an external event. It is an internal transformation. And those who recognize their body's signals will find themselves in perfect alignment with the mystical energy that surrounds them. Many believe that stepping into the 222 portal will automatically transform their lives, as if simply existing during this energetic shift will bring about miracles. But here lies one of the greatest misunderstandings about spirituality. The portal does not do the work for you. It does not erase fear, break cycles, or manifest blessings out of thin air. What it does is magnify whatever already exists within. If one has been walking in faith, acting in alignment and embracing divine flow, this portal accelerates manifestations. But if they have been trapped in patterns of doubt, avoidance and self-sabotage, those obstacles will only become more obvious. The 2022 portal does not decide who receives blessings. It merely reflects what has been cultivated. This is why some people experience breakthroughs while others feel blocked. It is not the portal that changes. It is the individual who determines their experience within it. This is why preparation is crucial. The Bible warns in Galatians 6:7, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." The mystical energy of 222 amplifies this truth. Those who have spent months, even years, planting the seeds of faith, discipline, and divine alignment will see the fruits of their labor multiply rapidly. But those who have been careless, delaying their spiritual work, or seeking shortcuts, will realize that no portal can bypass the laws of divine justice. The 222 portal acts as a cosmic mirror, revealing where one truly stands in their spirituality. If someone feels stuck, it is not because the energy is not working. It is because they are not yet in full alignment with what they seek. This is not a punishment, but an opportunity. It is a chance to see with clarity what must be shifted, surrendered, or strengthened before divine manifestations can fully unfold. Many make the mistake of passively waiting for signs, expecting change without action. But the Bible teaches in James 2:26, "Faith without works is dead." Faith alone is not enough. One must act upon it. The universe does not respond to passive hope. It responds to intentional movement. Those who enter the 222 portal expecting transformation without participation will leave disappointed. But those who use this time to align, to take small but meaningful steps, to release what no longer serves, will find themselves stepping into a reality that reflects their internal shift. The greatest mystical secret is this: nothing changes until you do. The 222 portal is not a doorway one can walk through. It is a mirror that reflects whether they are truly ready to step into their higher path. For those who find themselves unchanged, struggling to see shifts despite their expectations, the message is clear. The work is not yet done. The 222 portal is not about receiving without preparation. It is about acceleration. If alignment is missing, then rather than asking, "Why isn't this working for me?" one should ask, "What within me still needs to shift?" The energy of 222 does not discriminate. It simply amplifies. If one is experiencing stagnation, then that stagnation was already present before the portal opened. It has only become more visible. This is not a failure, but an invitation to dig deeper, to refine spirituality, to actively step into faith, and to create the very transformation one seeks. The universe does not grant access to those who are merely wishing. It aligns with those who are living their faith through action. So what is the real takeaway here? The 222 portal will not carry you to a new reality. You must walk there yourself. It will not force you to change. You must choose transformation. It will not open doors unless you first release what is holding them shut. The mystical shift that this portal offers is not about luck, fate, or external forces. It is about reflection. And that means the final question is not, "What will the portal do for me?" but rather, "What am I willing to do for my own spiritual growth?" Now that you understand the mystical forces at play, the question remains, are you truly prepared to receive the blessings of the 222 portal? This isn't about luck or fate. It's about alignment. The universe is responding to the energy you carry, magnifying both your strengths and your blind spots. If you've been feeling blocked, drained, or lost, now is the time to shift your approach. The portal does not choose who steps through. It simply amplifies what already exists within you. So I want to hear from you. What resonated most with you in this video? Have you experienced any of these spiritual traps before? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and your insight might help someone else on their journey. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss powerful revelations like this. Stay connected, stay aligned, and be ready, because the universe is always watching, always guiding, and always waiting for you to take the next step. I'll see you in the next video. This is Celestial Truths. Stay awakened.